I'm Leo Chan of Levitate Style. I'm born in Hong Kong, raised in New York City, moved here with my family when I was 10. As an immigrant kid, I kind of did the right thing. First to go to college, make my parents proud, so I studied accounting, worked in finance, but I've always been into fashion, photography, modeling. 4 years ago, started Levitate Style with my girlfriend, Alicia. That was kind of like a side hustle, that creative outlet. Trying to see what we can do outside of our everyday 9 to 5. Honestly, one of the main points was to represent my Asian community. We noticed that there weren't that many male bloggers doing this, and at the same time, there wasn't that many Asian male positive image in all of media.
What were some key milestones or moments, lessons that shaped you as a business person?
When I first started, I was still working in finance, and that side hustle was after work, change my clothes, go to events, network, meet people. The first big milestone was definitely, we met the people from GQ. GQ, they were just fascinated that some guy working in finance does this fashion stuff. It's a little different from the usual people with the fashion background. And so within that first year of blogging, I was featured in the GQ September big issue spread. Oh my God, that's pretty crazy to see not just an influencer or Instagrammer or blogger, but an Asian guy. And so for me, that kind of hit home why I started the whole thing, because I flipped through that magazine, I was like, this is one more Asian guy than before. Second big milestone, when both Alicia and I, my girlfriend, we both quit our full-time jobs because we had a project that had us travel the world for 5 months. And so when that came, I was like, wow, this is once in a lifetime opportunity. We have to take it. There's no way. If we come back, we can't do this thing full-time. It's fine, we'll find another job, whatever. But amazing where social media and content creation can take you. We traveled the world for 5 months creating content for a brand, and it was amazing. That is how we kind of started our full-time journey. The Allen Edmonds, so it's a shoe company. I was part of their lookbook, their fall campaign. They use influencers, real people instead of typical model, and have a story to tell, behind the brand. And Allen Edmonds was the shoe brand that I wore every day to work when I was in finance. And so it was I was a customer first. I loved the brand, I loved the product. I worked with them on small influencer things throughout the year. And then last year, I was part of the phase, part of their campaign. So it's such a crazy full circle thing. And that's just, I don't know, it's just incredible. And to see yourself in the store.
What are some industry lessons you learned early on?
Industry-wise, I think early on what I learned was that, so much of what we do is digital, emails, photos, everything is on this platform. It's on the phone, on your laptop. And so at the end of the day, behind the brand, behind all these things is people. And what I learned is that it's very important to show your face, to have that human connection. I think it's very important to network, to meet people in person, to get coffee with them, to get to know them, get to know the people behind the brand, get to know, what they're doing at the company, what they are outside of the company. And I think it's very important to network that way, because you never know, a year or two later, they might be working at a different company, and now they have budget for influencers, or now they want to do something else, but they remember who you are.
Talk about monetizing digital influence. What are your deal breakers?
Definitely brands that are not on brand with my personal style. When you're promoting a brand that makes no sense at all, and your audience can be you're just doing this for the money, they can see through that. I can't see myself wearing Crocs. So, if I'm just promoting Crocs, my brands, my audience will be what are you doing? How are you trying to make that? Brands reach out about smoking, and I'm I don't smoke, so I can't do this. And so, definitely, you have to be real and true to yourself, because people can definitely see through that.
How do you juggle your relationship life and business life?
Work-life balance with your girlfriend. Day in, day out, we're shooting content together. So that's really nice. So even when we travel, we're not, separated, we're not alone, like we're together, and we can make the most out of a work trip. So the nice part is work doesn't feel like work, so that, but the bad part is you're kind of working 24/7. For me, I'm always like, I want to get a photo, I want to create content, like nonstop. So like, for me, it's really understanding how my partner works. I understand that she gets overwhelmed, so I know when I have to stop. So when we are traveling, for example, I know that I have a certain hours, or I have to get better at how I want to capture content, and then have that balance where, all right, we're done shooting, and now we can go on a date, go to the bookstore, and like do fun stuff.
How do you envision your career in 5 years?
A 5-year plan, the past 5 years has been incredible. I couldn't even plan out all the things that's happened. A 5-year plan, I really want to just keep doing what I'm doing as well. And I think especially this past year with Asian representation, with Crazy Rich Asians and different things like that in the media, it just kind of solidifies why I'm doing this and why representation matters. And why I should keep going. Things I'm interested in, like I would love to do more things with streetwear and sports, and maybe have a TV show, write a book. I don't know. I just think that there's so many things you can do nowadays that you should try and like give it a try, and you never know what's gonna happen in 5 years. At the core of it, I have to remind myself like, why am I doing this? So, I wanted to represent, the Asian guys, and I wanted to learn something. I wanted to learn about social media, I wanted to learn about marketing and photography, and like just building yourself. So you're not really failing, you're just continuously learning new skills. And, I was working in finance, and so like this was just really, building my portfolio, building out my resume, like tagging on new skills if I want to change my career. And thankfully, it all happened that way, but like there's no failing, you're just kind of learning new things. For me, there were a few guys that had their blogs a few years before me, and networking, meeting them made a huge difference because they kind of paved the way and they made me see what was possible. And so it's really cool to see that what they're doing and what they've been doing helps you give little pointers there and there, like how you should talk to people, how you should be shooting your content, and in a way, like your peers and your mentors kind of like comparing your work, but it kind of elevates the standard. Honestly, I'm really thankful for what I have right now. I've already have like a dream job. I've gone on like a dream vacation thing. But it would be cool to be in a movie or, be like a James Bond kind of thing. So that'd be cool. As an immigrant kid growing up in New York City, the first to go to college, definitely felt the pressure to obviously please my parents and make them proud. So I studied accounting, I worked at Morgan Stanley and Barclays, and they were proud. At the end of the day, this is your life. You want to be happy, you want to love what you do, because you don't want to be 60 years later and be like, oh my God, like I regret not doing this, not pursuing my passion. The thing is that with passion and your skills, that money will come. With my Asian parents, I show them magazines, I show them things, and they still don't quite understand it. They just think I'm just a model, and I'm like, no, like we shoot this, we shoot the videos, we do all this production, like we do all of this, and they still don't understand it. It's okay. I explained to them like, we love what we do, we're our own boss, we set our own schedule, there's freedom. Teaching ourselves how to do video, how to get better at that, editing our own video. And that's completely new territory for us. The same way we started the blog, it's kind of like starting over, but now with a new skill. And this past year has been a really good learning experience, just constantly picking new skills. Now I can confidently say we can do a good video. It's been really helpful, especially with the way Instagram is changing with Insta Story and the video platform, and obviously YouTube is still there. That's been really big for us to keep pushing along.